Hey everyone, it's Andrew Nagel, Valk9 Designs, and I am back with the weaved fused ring band tutorial. Here I'm going to show you the weave process that I did for this style of band, and then also fusing it to the frame. So to start this one off, I'm using 4 lengths of 20 gauge square and also 3 lengths of 22 gauge half round. I'm going to be binding these all together with a very long length of 22 gauge half round wire. These are all half hard hardness. I don't use dead soft for much anything other than the 30 gauge wire that I use for fine weaves and stuff like that. So to bring this ring band together, I'm going to start by bringing all 4 of my 20 gauge square wires together, and then I'm going to start bringing them together with the half round wire. Just by wrapping that half round wire across all 4, just make sure you're holding the 4 wires together. The reason I use square wire for my ring bands is because they don't shift as easily as if you use 4 round wires. Those don't stay together in such a thin band, and so the square wire just seems to be a bit easier to make a band. So I'm going to be layering on the 3 22 gauge half round wires on top of this section that I've just built. I just did a section of 9 turns around the entire band, and then I'm laying these on top of that section that I just wrapped around. So to make everything flush and even, I'm going to take my pliers and I'm going to just create a little crimp on the other side where the half round wire comes over that section. I'm going to do that to both sides and then connect it together by wrapping the longer length of the half round wire around the whole section of the ring band. So as you can see, this starts to create a little section where the half round wire is sitting over the weave. And so now I'm going to open up my outer 2 half round wires, and then I'm going to just do a section of 3 turns around. Then I'm going to open up my middle one, another turn of 3 sections around, then I'm going to bring back down my middle half round wire, going to crimp it again, wrap that around again, the half round wire around the whole band, crimp that all down. This is a good use of your nylon coated pliers since they don't leave tool marks. Helps to flatten everything down without scuffing it up. And then as I bring my outermost 22 gauge half round wires down on the outside of the middle part of this section, I'm going to then bring back my middle section up and then wrap everything together, and then I'm going to reverse those. I'm going to bring the middle section down and then my 2 outer sections back up and wrap it all together with the half round wire. You don't have to follow this specific weave pattern if you don't want to. This was just something I thought would create a fun texture, and so I was just kind of messing around with an idea that I had. I'm going to repeat the same process that I did for this first little textured section. Basically what I'm doing is I'm exposing the outer 2 wires and then only a small section of the middle wire at the center of those to kind of create these block kind of patterns here. I thought this was just kind of a neat little way to build this band. So then once you've gotten your weaves all together, flatten everything down with your pliers. Your nylon pliers are better suited to flatten everything down. You might need to make some minor adjustments to your weaves. Try to keep everything as straight as you can when you're building this band. I'm going to take my thinner needle nose pliers and just try and maneuver my middle weave back to the center. It was a little askew. And so once it's sitting where I want it to be sitting, I'm then going to use my nylon pliers to flatten everything out again. You can go ahead and give those wires a pull. I like to pull my half round wires at the end there just to make sure everything is nice and snug, and then I'm going to flatten everything down with the nylon pliers. Then you're going to repeat this pattern on the other side, or you could do a different pattern. I've even seen people do words on the bands and stuff, and so play around with this weaving technique. I have another weave band tutorial on the page, and so you can look at that one as well for some inspiration. But once you've got the band sitting where you think you need it to be for the size of ring that you want, go ahead and put it on your ring mandrel and start to form the band. I do this just so that way I have kind of a loose shape of what I need my ring size to be, and then I can finish off the weave pattern if I need to, and then I can shape it into the final size that I need. I'm going to start by cutting off the extra that I know I don't need. I'm just going to finish up this little weave here after squaring everything off. I'm just going to lift the middle section of those half round wires and create another little weave kind of section right there up towards where we'll be fusing this band to the frame of the detailing part of the ring. It's a bunch of minor adjustments to get it right into the shape that I want. I always want to be having a nice snug fit. And yeah, I've clipped off my extras, finished up my weave, shaped it all up into the size that I need, made sure it felt nice and smooth. I like this texture of this weave. Sometimes the woven rings kind of look just really clunky and not really like, smooth in my mind. This looks a little bit more finished. And so I really enjoy how this one came together. As you're getting ready to solder it together, I've got my frame already pre-made here. You can do whatever sort of detailing you want. That's what's kind of nice about this is you could draw up your own design, make a frame, and then slap this band onto that frame as well. Or you could do a different weave style. This is just to give you all the idea of how I brought this together. And then once you've added your flux and got everything sitting where you need it to, you're ready to add your heat and solder. I have a couple of tutorials about soldering. You can go to the posts section of the channel and you can search the videos for soldering, or you can search for specific other detailing or stone setting videos too. Whatever you need, you can find it in the search bar there. Once you've gotten this all fused together, you're ready to dip it in some water and drop it into the pickle pot. I'm just going to show you all the ring before I put it into the pickle pot. This is going to sit in the pickle pot overnight and clean up, and then I'm going to polish it all up and it'll be ready for detailing and stone setting. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you need any help or explanations with this for my mid-tier people, you can ask me on the Discord channel or on Patreon here. For my lower tier, go ahead and shoot me a message here on the channel. And yeah, thank you all so much. I really truly appreciate your support. Have a great day.